Good morning, my two-way family. Welcome back, guys. So, why are we here today? Let's talk about it. So, let's talk about red dots. And first, before we get started on the red dot ride, I need to bring up a YouTuber by the name of Yankee Marshall. And there are some things I agree with Yankee about, and there's some things I don't. Just like I'm sure in my channel, guys feel the same way. That's the beauty of this, right? It's a community that we can give our opinions in a positive manner, not in a rude manner, which I don't know why some guys choose to do that, but either way, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I feel like that's one of the coolest things about our community. Now, he did a video where he talks about the negativities that the red dot has, but it's not really about that. His video is more about what some of the comments he received after doing the video about how good red dots are. And so he wanted to touch base on some of the comments that people have made. And I have to agree with him. In this day and age, I don't really see a fault with red dots like I used to. I'm 45 years old. I've been a police officer for 6 years. I was a U.S. Marine Corps vet, or am a U.S. Marine Corps vet. And so I can tell you that I don't see what I used to see in red dots. Before, I would tell you red dots are inconsistent at best. In this day and age, that's just not the case. Red dots are such a better tool to have than not to have. But again, just like anything, a holster, a belt, whatever the case, you're carrying something new. If you've not trained with it, you shouldn't be carrying it. You need to train with your equipment, learn your equipment, master your equipment, then carry your equipment. Because if not, the moment you need it and you need to operate it, and it goes, and understand something, guys, in a serious instant, the first thing that's going to happen, your motor functions are going to go through memory. And if you haven't trained with it, your memory will cause you an issue. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. I hope that helps. So with that said, let's talk about the red dot in the red dot world. There's several different red dots out there, and every red dot that's out there in this day and age really does fit a purpose or an individual. What do I mean by that? Well, originally, when I started in law enforcement, I would carry the 508T. This red dot is badass. I've never once had an issue with it. I had an issue with the mounting plate, but not with the red dot. And in fact, it was the screws of the mounting plate, not the red dot. The red dot itself has over 6,000 rounds in it, and not one malfunction. Okay, so anybody that tells me, well, you know, red dots are I have to disagree. That red dot alone proves that, right? 6,000 rounds is a lot of round count, guys, and it's never had a problem. And I mean, look at this. I beat the piss out of this, and yet it looks phenomenal, right? I mean, I have rocked this. I've done everything to it. This has been through a lot of training courses with me, and I have not had an issue with it, guys. None. Maybe I'm lucky. I don't know, but I've never had an issue with it. One thing I would do on duty was I would carry this bad boy right here. This is from Leopold, and this is a brush and a lens cleaner, right? So if I had debris in it, I could wipe it off. If it would rain, I can clean it off. So there, and I also carried a cloth, lens cloth. So there's things you can do to make it better for you, right? When it comes to open emitters, because that's what that's considered, an open emitter. Because of that, it being an open emitter, I started looking around for close emitters. And you guys know that Laser Max sent out their mailbox style close emitter. And I put that originally in my M&P 2.0. There's going to be a video coming out on the 28th, I think it is, of me being out on the range, shooting it, and how well it performed. It's got over 250 rounds on it. I liked this so much, guys, that I took off my 508T from my duty gun, and I put it on my duty gun, the Laser Max enclosed, right? Multiple reasons why. For what I use it for when it comes to work, this red dot works perfect. It's enclosed, so humidity doesn't become an issue. I live in a state where we have high winters where it gets really cold. Coming in and out of people's houses, you build up fog. This prevents that from occurring. If it rains, it's literally a matter of wiping it off or shaking it off in a real serious matter. It has the same qualities that I've seen when it comes to my 508T. Like I said, I haven't had a single issue after 250 rounds through it. The dot is super clear on this. I shot this in my department on my M&P 2.0. I shot this with my department, and I shot 100 times 46 X's. What does that mean? We shot 50 rounds. It has to be within a box. If you get it within that box, it's 100 points. But then we go and we count how many X's. I had 46 X's with it. So 4 rounds were out of the X, okay? If that lets you know and understand how well this dot did, right? So for me personally, this fits perfect for my duty purposes. And I've tried this in my Safari Volt holster, and it has no issues going in and clearing out. So again, every red dot serves a purpose. This one right here serves my duty purpose. I tried this EDC for a little bit on the M&P 2.0 before I sent it out to Floyd to do the work on the slide and the barrel. And the only dilemma I will say about that is that it's slightly printed. Not by a lot. I'm a big guy, so I tend to hide guns pretty well. But it did print a little. The 508T does not do that, right? So you can ask yourself, you know, I want to carry something, but I'm concerned of printing. I'm concerned of snagging. Guys, I've never had this snag on anything. And if you're really worried about it, they even make RMSCs that are enclosed emitters as well. And they make open emitters. Smaller red dot, less chance of it snagging. So there's options out there that will prevent a snagging ability. That's why I say in this day and age, there's really all kinds of dots that are out there that fits every purpose, from EDC to duty purposes. It's a matter of finding what works for you, and along with that, training up with it, learning how to pick up the dot. You know, there's a best way that I can describe when it comes to picking up your dot. Stop trying to use your front sights to align your dot, okay? You need to look at your target and bring the dot to the target. If you do that, you will always bring your dot into the target area and be a faster acquisition than trying to always align up your front sights and your rear sight with the dot. There's a lot of guys that do that, and I try to explain to them that that doesn't work that way, okay? A lot of it is training. Now, again, guys, there are better dots out there than other dots. I have tried Sealy, I've tried Laser Max, I've tried Holosons, I've tried all sights. I will give credit where credit's due. I like the dot on the old sight. The only complaint I have with the old sight is the charger. You really do have to be a little bit careful with some of the plates. I ended up buying the kinetic plate, and it won't charge properly. That's why this came off my M&P 2.0, because it won't charge properly. So you have to keep that in mind, right? So there's several benefits to each, right? This has a side mounting battery, so you can replace the battery by side mounting. This has a side mounting battery as well, so you can replace the battery by the side. My friend is trading me this bad boy here for his ST Defender that I'm going to end up putting in the M&P 2.0, and that one is top mounted, so it's mounted technically on the top. You pull it up, it's an open emitter. I don't mind carrying open emitters when it comes to EDC. It doesn't bother me any bit. Like I said, I carried this for freaking 6 years on duty, right? So it doesn't bother me. Some guys do prefer enclosed emitters. You have, again, options. This one's going to end up going on another gun that's going to have the RMSC cut on it. That's why I thought this video would be good for you guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Same token, if you have any questions of like, hey Rod, you know, what dot do you think would be good for this? Again, please guys, I'm here to help. I hope this video didn't sound pretentious in any way. This was just me trying to help you guys out there. I think there is a lot of negatives out there about red dots still. And as somebody who's 45 years old, who has stigmatism, I can tell you it has improved my shooting tremendously. I had an issue with the front sight basically shaking because of my stigmatism, and the red dot removes that. I've never had an issue with the battery being dead. What I do is every month on my birthday, every birthday month, I replaced the battery. Even though it's 50,000 hour battery life, I replaced the battery. And by doing so, I've never had an issue. Again, guys, 6 years, 6,000 rounds, no problems. I hope this helps. All right, my two-way. Make sure you're staying vigilant. Make sure you carry and always be ready to do the right thing. Take care, y'all.